End of an era and beginning of a new one. Doctor Who is all about change, and it has changed countless many times before. I think it's fantastic the decision they made when William Hartnell couldn't continue because of his ill health to make the show continue with a brand new actor, Patrick Troughton, to then make it continue with John Pertwee, to then make it continue with Tom Baker, to then make it continue with Peter Davison, to then make it continue with Colin Baker, to then make it continue with Sylvester McCoy, to then make it continue with Paul McGann, to then make it continue with Christopher Eccleston, to then make it continue with David Tennant, to then make it continue with Matt Smith, to then make it continue with Peter Capaldi, to then make it continue with Jodie Whittaker, to then make it continue with David Tennant, to then make it continue with Ncuti Gatwa, to now let it continue with Billie Piper. And I am excited because not only is Billie Piper one of my favourite actresses of all time, because Rose Tyler was the first character really who I fell in love with on the show, and ever really, because Doctor Who is my comfort zone. Doctor Who is my happy place. Doctor Who is my favourite show of all time. Doctor Who is the reason why I get excited sometimes, that and Marvel. And yeah, this feels similar to Robert Downey Jr. being cast as Doctor Doom. But is that scary? Is that bad? Is that oh, it's the end? No, it's exciting. It's interesting to see where they're gonna go. Leash Doctor Who is kept going because Billie Piper has said, "Yeah, I'll take up the role," and that's good. But it's interesting the fact she wasn't introduced as the Doctor when, yeah, they've all been credited as the Doctor, but she wasn't. So is she the Doctor? Is she not the Doctor? Is she the Faliard? Is she the Warney? Suddenly, oh, I've done something in that episode. Oh, actually, I've latched onto you. I am now the Doctor. And seen in the face like the Morse did in the Power of the Doctor. Maybe not, but maybe. But I am interested to see where it's going, because Billie Piper has played a few different versions in Doctor Who. She played Rose Tyler, she played the Bad Wolf, she played the Moment. And, you know, what would be crazy is if Rose has suddenly appeared in the Doctor's body and the Doctor is now elsewhere, lost in time. That would be good. I don't know if Billie Piper is back as Rose or the new Doctor, but it marks the 20th anniversary, even if it's a short stint. But I just hope Doctor Who continues. I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh no, Doctor Who's over. It's going to go on hiatus. Oh, it's the end. It's the end." Even if it goes on hiatus, it's going to continue, because in the Wilderness Years there were books. Now, this wasn't from the Wilderness Years. This was written quite recently, and it's a book I'm just about to read. That is like the Doctor and Clara on Treasure Island. That is like the Doctor and her farm in Oz. And that is like the Doctor and Donna and Camelot. I don't know if it's written by the same writer, but these books are fantastic. And I don't think Doctor Who's going to go off. I don't know if there will be any Doctor Who in the near future, but The War of the Land of the Sea looks fantastic. And Russell Tovey will be fantastic, because he is. And who plays Sis Jones? I forget the actress's name, sorry, but she'll be fantastic. And the Sea Devils are some of my favourite aliens in Doctor Who. So we shall see these bad boys versus the humans. Kate Stewart, always fantastic. We might even, because they are in relation to Silurians, Homo reptilia, we might see them. We might then see a surprising companion pop up, because one who is around at the moment, sort of working for UNIT, Ruby Sunday, played by the fantastic Millie Gibson. And what would be good is if they put that on over Christmas week. So they have an episode Christmas-ish on Christmas Day. They then play that whole series the week in between Christmas and New Year. And I am excited already for this Christmas because I'm a fan of Stranger Things as well. So Stranger Things is coming back in November. It's doing a few episodes over Christmas and it's doing its final episode on New Year's Eve, which will be fantastic. So that'll be good. And I'm a fan of Marvel as well. They're my Doctor Who's. I wish that, seeing the Trickster in the background, I wish he had popped up in the Scots era. I like the fact Sutekh was there. Everybody's saying, oh no, Shooty didn't see the Daleks, oh no, Shooty didn't see the Cybermen. But he faced Sutekh, which the fourth Doctor faced. He faced Omega, which the second, third, first, and fifth Doctor faced. He faced the Warney, that the sixth and seventh Doctor faced. So he faced his own fair share of iconic Whovian villains. And I'm going to miss Ncuti Gatwa. I think he was fantastic. He brought his own unique skill, and unique character, and his own unique take on the Doctor. And that's what every Doctor has always done. They've always brought their own unique character, their own unique person to the Doctor. Whether it's Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor, sometimes quite childish, quite fun, running around, whether it's Peter Capaldi with his jokes, whether it's Jodie Whittaker with her hyperness and she's energetic, whether it's, the Ninth Doctor, he's got that seriousness, anger sometimes. So every Doctor has brought something new, and love him or hate him, I really like him. Ncuti Gatwa has been a brilliant Doctor. He's made it his own, and he's been fantastic. And I'm really pleased I got to meet him at London Winter Comic Con last year. And I can't believe I've already had my photo with the 16th Doctor. At the moment, I'm going through all the Doctors. I've had my photo with Paul McGann back in 2019. I've had my photo with Peter Davison in 2022. I've had my photo with Teresa McCoy in spring of last year. I've had my photo of Colin Baker in the winter of last year. I've had my photo of Ncuti Gatwa in the winter of last year. I am waiting to see who's going to be announced for Comic Con North East this year, because I am wanting to meet Jodie Whittaker. I hope she's there. Hope Chris Eccleston's there. Matt Smith and David Tennant, I hope they're there. But who knows who's going to be where? But keep a lookout, like I always do, and you'll meet the people who you really want to meet. I'm a bit gutted Ncuti didn't stay around for longer. I think he knew his character pretty quickly on. A lot of people, I've heard people say, oh, we're just getting to know this Doctor. No, I think he was showing his funness and his keenness and his take on the character as early as the giggle. And I liked honey, and I liked his way. I wish we had got 2 full series of 13 episodes. Or I wish we got more. I wish we got 2 series of the Doctor and Ruby, and I wish we had got a series or maybe 2 series of the Doctor and Belinda. But I've really enjoyed this era, and I wish Ncuti Gatwa all the best luck in the world, and thank you for bringing the 15th Doctor to life, and it was so great to meet you last year. And I really like Ruby, so hopefully Ruby will continue to pop up, and that would be fantastic if we saw Ruby interacting with the 16th Doctor. If she is the 16th Doctor, which there was a regeneration, so something's going on. So Doctor Who is going to continue in some form, but if Doctor Who doesn't continue and if it goes on hiatus, that's okay, because you can keep it alive. I'm going to keep it alive. We keep it alive through our theories, through our fanfics, through, like, for example, I fanfic about a girl called Lily, from his CBBC programme The Dumping Ground. Left the dumping ground, in my stories, went to Liverpool, tried to open a cafe for family, didn't quite work out because she discovered magic and evil and witches, and she discovered she had magic and she had to fight the evil. She had to, and my stories are all about, mainly about Lily, but Lily's a human, but she became a Time Lord because she interacted with the 12th Doctor, and the 12th Doctor sacrificed his life by giving her all his regeneration. She's not still a Time Lord, that was way back when I was writing in 2017, but she has become best friends with Rose. She is now sort of travelling, being best mates with Ruby. And yeah, my fanfics are about Doctor Who, Marvel, Stargate, Once Upon a Time. All these shows, I say I've just merged them all into one, but Lily is the main protagonist, and I've been writing them for 12 years, so it's basically like my own version of a space, intergalactic, magical, mayhem soap opera that only I really know about. Would I ever publish my stories? No, because they're all fanfics, so I don't own the characters. I've just sort of played around with them in my spare time and done a bit of my own unique take on the characters, and I would maybe do more with one of the characters who I've created, called Jane Surf. She's a witch who grew up in the year 3000, got abused by her mum, stole her mum's magic spell book, went to attack her mum, accidentally got her old best friend instead, so she became the Dog Emperor's servant, and then she met Lily, who's, I would have to tweak that a bit, and Lily was like, "Oh, you don't have to be evil. I'll help you. You know, there's good in you. I'll show you the right way, and it's okay." And they ended up falling in love, and they've been off and on, and then Jane suddenly got a bit possessed and tried to kill Lily, but Lily's daughter stopped Jane from killing Lily by killing Jane. But then Jane came back and found out Lily's daughter, Bridget, had fallen out with Lily. So she was like, "Oh, actually, you're my sister. I would do anything for you. Oh, if you want your mum to stop living, I'll continue and support you." So now Jane and Bridget are against Lily. And Lily is the hero, so she's actually lost in the void, which is from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She's currently with Captain America and Kate Bishop and Cassie Lan, and Ruby Sunday is actually there as well. So my stories are mad and they're hard to explain. There are a couple of them on Wattpad, and I've got, I keep making them every year. And Lily's been a captain, a queen, an immortal, a human, dead, alive, a mother of 6 kids. It was a bit like she saw her old best friend Carmen, but Carmen turned against Lily, so they had a lot of rivalry for years. And yeah, but my point is, if Doctor Who goes on hiatus, us fans can keep it alive by theorizing, oh, what could happen? We could make our own Doctor Who's for ourselves. It would be really, really sad if Doctor Who does go on hiatus, and hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully they announce, Russell T Davies announce soon, "Oh, hey, I've got series 3 in the works. Billy Piper is going to be still alongside, I don't know, Danny Dyer." Is Danny Dyer being Billy Piper's companion? That's not going to happen. Maybe not. That's just an actor I thought who could be the next Doctor, but then Billy Piper became the Doctor. So, there are ways of it continuing. I think it'll be sad if Doctor Who has ended here, but the end is never the end, because everything can always exist in some shape, some form, shape or form. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with the war between the land and the sea. But Billie Piper might be the best actor we've ever had being the Doctor. I know she's already one of my favourite actors because of Rose, because of other things I've saw her in. Like she played a good part in the um, movie drama they made about Prince Andrew, and I've seen her in other great things as well. And everybody's got their own favourite Doctor. For me, the 10th, the 11th, the 13th, the 7th. Someone else's might be the 2nd, the 4th, and the 5th. I like the 5th. I haven't seen that many episodes of the 2nd or the 4th, but I've heard they're everybody's favourite. So everybody's got their own Doctor. So, and the Doctor has been somebody else before. He was Maxwell, appeared in the Peter Davison's Omega story, which I'm so sorry the name escapes me. But Colin Baker was Maxwell, and then he became the 6th Doctor. And the 12th Doctor was Caecilius. He became the 12th Doctor. So the 16th Doctor is the 16th Doctor. Just happens to have the face with Rose Tyler. There might be a reason, like the 12th Doctor. I'm the Doctor when I save people because I saved Caecilius. I remember that. So I am, there'll be a reason. There'll be a reason. And I think it's exciting. I don't think it's scary or bad. I just think it's interesting. The 16th Doctor might be the Valiant. The true 16th Doctor might be Danny Dyer, or might be Rupert Grint. It would be good if it was Rupert Grint. It would be good if Danny Dyer. But if the 16th Doctor was Rupert Grint, still not Ginger. Still not Ginger. I want to be Ginger. So have Rupert Grint. Have I don't know, Ed Sheeran. There's so many actors. But thank you, Shooty Gatwa, for bringing the 15th Doctor to life. Thank you to Jodie Whittaker for bringing the 13th Doctor to life. Thank you to David Tennant for bringing the 14th Doctor to life. Thank you to Peter Capaldi for bringing the 12th Doctor to life. Thank you to Matt Smith for bringing the 11th Doctor to life. Thank you to David Tennant for bringing the 10th Doctor to life. Thank you to Christopher Eccleston for bringing the 9th Doctor to life. Thank you to the 8th Doctor, Paul McGann, for bringing the 8th Doctor to life. Thank you for the 7th Doctor, Sylvester McCoy, for bringing the 7th Doctor. Thank you to Colin Baker for bringing the 6th Doctor. Thank you to Peter Davison for bringing the 5th Doctor. Thank you to Tom Baker for bringing the 4th Doctor. Thank you to John Pertwee for bringing the 3rd Doctor. Thank you to Patrick Trenton for bringing the 2nd Doctor. Thank you to William Hartnell and David Bradley for bringing the 1st Doctor. Thank you to Joe Morton for bringing the Fugitive Doctor. Thank you to John Hurt for bringing the War Doctor. Thank you to each Doctor because you've all been fantastic in my opinion. The reason this show exists is because of all the companions, all the Doctors, all the cast and crew, all the supporting cast, all the cameramen, the makeup artists. Thank you to everybody for keeping the show alive for 62 years. And I think Doctor Who will continue for a long time to come. Hopefully it's 62 years, hopefully 100 years, hopefully 1,000 years. Hopefully we all come back one day and we find out that Doctor Who is still going. My little nephew, baby, I wonder who's going to be the Doctor when he's my age, which is 28. Doctor Who is always going to continue. Like, I bet there were some fans sitting here, Sylvester McCoy's gone, the writer at the time, which I think was John Nathan Turner, might be him, or it might have been another one. I think it was John Nathan Turner. Oh no, they're gone. What's going to happen now? Doctor Who's not here. Doctor Who's not here. Doctor Who's not here. It might go off air for 30 years, but it'll come back. It might go off air for 50 years, but it'll come back. Because everything comes back eventually. Everything. ABBA released that album a few years ago, and they're keeping everything alive. And if it doesn't, there's so much Doctor Who that's already been made that can keep everybody going for a long time to come. Doctor Who's a programme that'll never get old, never get boring, and I don't think it's scary or borrowing or whatever now. There's things that have happened that I don't agree with. Should Ruby have been a nobody? She's not a nobody. Should she have been her mum be a nobody? Her mum wasn't a nobody. But should Ruby have been something else, like the daughter of the trickster? That might have been silly. Should Ruby have been the daughter of Mrs. Flood? But they've explained the reality of all the Conrad kids. Should Ruby's mum have dropped Ruby off on the road because she knew she was going to be found by the Doctor, and she was the only one who could defeat Sutekh? That's a theory I had before the Empire, the Legend of Ruby Sunday, and the Empire of Death. And even though nobody knew Sutekh was coming back, so I had that theory in between the Legend of Ruby Sunday and the Empire of Death. And should Susan, Caroline Ford, have appeared in the Reality War? Yeah. All they hoping she appears later on and setting her up to be the boss? Yeah. Or is the boss the master? Quite possibly. Or is the boss the Foliard? Oh, maybe. Or is the boss Rassilon? Oh, quite frankly. Or is the boss Tecteum? Maybe. Or is the boss whoever the Doctor, like the baby, the timeless child at the Vale before she was found by Tecteum? Oh, maybe. And is the boss the Doctor's mother? Maybe. Is the boss the Doctor's dad? Maybe. Is the boss the Doctor and he doesn't know? Something's gone wrong with his head and he doesn't really know. But parking that, so I think it'll continue. And there'll be somebody who's a massive fan of Doctor who will one day, if Russell T Davies steps away, which I think he might have had a little bit of backlash from the fans, so I can't blame him if he decides to step away. I think he's a fantastic writer, so hopefully he doesn't. But if Russell T Davies steps away, nobody might pick it up for a long time to come, and then suddenly there'll be a fan who might be 7-8 years old, new to Doctor Who, watching it, and one day, hey, I want to be a writer. I really, really want to write this show. When they're in the 20s to 30s, they then decide to write it, and they become the next writer of Doctor Who. There could already be somebody there who's currently writing a few episodes, who is the next writer, who is the next showrunner. Stephen Moffat might come back. Russell D Davies might go for another 5-10 years. Hopefully. I just hope Doctor Who doesn't end here, and it won't. As long as us fans keep it alive for ourselves. Like, for example, I'm going to do, if Doctor Who goes on hiatus, I'm going to hopefully, this will continue being released every month. So I'll buy this every month. I'll keep reading books. I'll learn about its history, because I'm currently reading this book. I will keep going to Comic-Cons. I will keep Doctor Who alive for me. I'll write my own fanfic. But we shall see what happens in the future. Doctor Who will continue.